Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto here with the Wasteland Reviewer YouTube channel, and I'm here to review M. Night Shyamalan's new film, Split. So Split's about three young women who get kidnapped by someone with multiple personality disorder, and that character, Kevin's played by James McAvoy, who has 23 personalities. And the film centers around this young girl, Casey, who's played by Anya Taylor-Joy, and trying to figure out why these girls have been abducted and trying to figure out what's going to happen. Now, M. Night Shyamalan actually used to be one of my favorite filmmakers. I love Sixth Sense, Unbreakable, Signs. They're fantastic films. But as of late, he has made some absolutely horrendous films. I fell asleep about 7 times in the theater during After Earth, and that movie's an hour and a half. So if you do the math, that's pretty bad. But The Visit, which was his most recent film before this one, was actually really well done, and it was a fun little horror film with an interesting but realistic twist. And so I was pretty excited about Split. I heard a lot of very positive things about this film. Now, M. Night Shyamalan does a fantastic job telling the story and using flashbacks and switching back between the different characters and keeping things a mystery until you really need to know. And he really grounded this film, and it felt very realistic up until probably towards the end, where it got a little, wow, this is really going places, but it didn't jump the shark. It didn't get super crazy. And I think M. Night Shyamalan did a fantastic job of balancing those things, using flashbacks to really slowly but surely pull back all of the story threads until finally you figure out what everything is going on. And one of the very big positive things about M. Night Shyamalan as a film director is using very small details that go through the whole film until you really take a look back and realize. And it's very interesting how some of the little details that you might not have noticed earlier really come into fruition towards the end of the film. And the one thing in terms of M. Night Shyamalan from directing and writing perspective is he can be really heavy-handed with his exposition, and there were legitimate scenes specifically to set up where Betty Buckley, who plays a psychiatrist for Kevin, literally is having a web seminar talking about all the things we need to know about this disorder. Okay, so basically, let's throw away a scene and just slam out all this exposition, and it felt a little heavy handed. It could have probably been done in a more subtle way, but in general, and Mike Shyamalan keeps up a nice pace. It does get a little slow in certain parts, and this is close to 2 hour film, which most of his films aren't reaching up that almost 2 hour mark. So this might have been able to, like, the pace could have been a little quicker in some parts, but overall he keeps up the tension, the tone is fantastic, and from a story perspective, there's some revelations in this film that are absolutely fantastic. Some of the motivations and the characters, there's so many little details about them that make them really full characters, and Kevin, especially the main antagonist of this film, is so complex, and the acting in this, James McAvoy is amazing, and right off the bat in January is a top contender for best actor in my opinion, and he'll most likely be forgotten throughout the rest of the 11 months of 2017, but he came out there and really did a fantastic job and really does deserve some recognition come next year's Oscar time. And Anya Taylor-Joy does a fantastic job and really makes this girl stand out among the other girls in this film and makes her very relatable, and you really sympathize for her. And I think that's a big thing for this film to work, and really, once you figure out things about her. And I love how this film resolves, and I'm not going to spoil it, but there is a revelation at the end, and depending on certain things, this can change your perspective on the whole entire film, and that really elevated this film to something that I absolutely loved. I really enjoyed the film up until that revelation, but I loved it afterwards. And overall, the cinematography is fantastic. The shots are great. Everything, you know what's happening, the tension, how the framing of everything really builds up the tension and the fear and this atmosphere. The music is works fantastically, and that's a big thing in a lot of M. Night Shyamalan films, is that music really helping build the tension, building an atmosphere for the audience. And overall, I really loved Split, and now I'm feeling like I'm excited when M. Night Shyamalan's name comes out on a movie now. Which, if I said that a couple years ago, you'd probably think I was crazy, because the happening. But I'm gonna give Split an A minus, and you need to go out and see this film. It's really taking the box office by storm. On something that was made on $9 million is already up to about $90 million as of yesterday, as of Friday. So go out, see Split. Don't talk to people. Don't let anybody spoil it for you. Go out and experience it for yourself.